guys, right, so this is the main menu. You can see a bunch of tabs along the top. We're just going to go right to the one on the far left. This is TERA Store. This is where you put your own hard-earned money into the game if you want. It's not compulsory. If you want to do stuff, I've done it in the past. I'm not telling you to do it, but I've bought some stuff. I bought some skins, the whole bunch of stuff on that. I'll let you guys check that out for yourselves and make a decision on that on your own. The next tab is character. This is everything to do with your character. So info on your character, your inventory, your skills, your quest logs. That's why I was showing you the quest log before. That's how you get to that screen. Crafting and feats. I'll explain what these are as we go along. But the next tab is for social. This is where the game sends you stuff, you know, for completing quests. Certain special sort of really rare items, they come in what we call the parcel post. So this is, you would click on that, and this is the screen you would get, and they give you a bunch of things on screen for you to accept. And it tells you, basically tells you the controls. If you look along the bottom of the screen, it always tells you the controls that are there. The friends are basically the friends that you make in TERA and your PSN friends. So I'm not going to click on that because I got some friends online. I don't want to give their IDs away. I don't have permission to give their IDs away, so I'm not going to do that. Group is your group when you're partying with other players. So from dungeons, which are also known as instances, to you know, battlegrounds, which is player versus player. So you're in groups of 5, 10, maybe 20, and you're playing against other players who are in groups of 5, 10, 20. This is where the information is going to be shown. And I'll give you a little look at that too. So that's what that looks like right there. If you click to the right with the R2, you're going to find LFG, which means looking for group. I mean, it's quite self-explanatory, but as you can see, this is where people send requests out. They make a group, they put it on here, and as you can see down the bottom of the screen, you can join the group. But if you're going to join a group, I highly recommend you send them a message. Say, guys, hey, I'm a, you know, in this instance we're a damage dealer. We say, hey, I'm a damage dealer. This is my level. Can I join the group? As the screen shows, it shows how many members they've got. It shows which dungeon they're looking to go into. So if that's the dungeon you want, that's the group you want to join for that thing, then that's the one you would go to. And as it says under requirements, they need a dealer, right? So they need a damage dealer. This one needs a tank and a healer. You know, this one needs basically everything. So if you look to the right hand side of it, and there's a column there, there's a tab there that shows who's already in the group. As a priest and as a Valkyrie, those are two classes. It doesn't say what race they are, because again, races aren't that important. To be honest, the race is more for cosmetics, for how your character looks. If your character doesn't look certain way you want to look, you're not really going to play it, right? Just, that's one thing I want to say, is when you're choosing your character, make sure it's something that you like to see on the screen, something you want to watch, something you want to play with. Don't just pick something just because there's a class that you want to play with. You know, if that's what you want to do that. But if you're just picking a race because of a class and the class doesn't work out, then you're not going to want to play the game. The numbers, if you're wondering what 454 means and 448, that's the item level. If you look at the top right hand of the screen, that shows you your item level. So I'm a level 13 because I'm just starting the game. XP, I haven't got any XP yet, but my item level is 38. Item level is all your gear. So your weapon, your armor, your accessories, those contribute to your item level. So certain dungeons you will not be able to get into if you have a certain item level. I'll show you how to work that out. I'll show you how that looks later on in the video. And the next one is guild. I don't really use the guilds. It's not something for me. If it's something for you, hey guys, go ahead. So I'm going to show you how to navigate to that. So you go to R2, you go to the guild server. As you can see, it shows the guild names, it shows the level of players that they're accepting, play style, that it's all explained in the right hand panel. But you know, it's a bit of a quick view, shows you what language they speak. And if you look to the very right of the main panel in the middle, it says how to join. So a lot of these you have to send a message and ask them, can I join? And maybe they ask you a few questions back. Like this one here, you don't have to ask them, you just join them, right? You're just, boom, you're there, you're part of the group now. You know, some of these you have to apply. It says apply. If you, this is something for you to look at in your own time, guys, and work out for yourself. But that's the screen that you're gonna get there. So hey guys, alright, so we're at the character screen. If I click X, it'll let you go into the first screen, which is your info screen. This is just basically all your stats, right? If you're one of those people who likes to pay attention to the numbers, this is the screen you're gonna be at. This is where you're gonna do your research and you know, basically this is where you're gonna put your character together in terms of the stats and how much damage they do. These stats are influenced by your gear. So the higher your level gets, your actual player level gets, to when you get to max level, which is 65 right now, I think, you're gonna have basic level. But the green ones are basically they're the stats modified by your gear, right? So the stuff they give you, your weapon, your armor, your accessories, they're gonna impact all this stuff. And it's very important to choose the correct gear. I mean, when you get to the end of the game, throughout the game, if you follow the story, it's not really going to impact you that much. Even when you get to the end of the game, they're going to give you your guardian gear. That's when you have to pay attention a little bit. That's when you have to choose the right effects. And there's guides out there on how to do that. I might do one myself, but right now, you don't have to focus on that stuff. This is one screen I do not really look at. The only thing I probably come to just to check out is the mining, the plants, and the energy. It's the one that I'm flicking and highlighting right now. These things, mining, plants, and energy, are gathering skills. It's what you use for crafting. So you will mine different types of ore, plants, you know, crystals for crafting. So that's something I normally don't really do till I get, you know, in the high 50s. I start prepping my characters, my in-game characters. That's when I do it. I still mine, I still gather plants, I still gather the energy crystals, but I don't fixate on it. I don't really care what I do till I get to a certain point, because I know I'm not really going to need it. Alright, so if I don't like playing a certain character till like midway through the character level, I can delete it, but I don't have to worry about, hey, I wasted a lot of time. This is something you're going to have to work out for yourself and decide for yourself how you want to play the game. It's going to come down to your play style. So the next screen on the info screen is the title. This is just something, you know, they give you little mini rewards stuff in the game. So I've got a hometown hero, volunteer, explosives, expert, and all this sort of stuff. This is just a little title you get to put above your actual character name. It's just a bit more customization for your character, right? So, you know, other people look at it, they see a quiet hero, maybe they want to interact with you, or they see an explosives expert, they want to interact with you. It's just kind of cool customization. The next screen on the page is records. So you got two panels. The one on the left is for dungeons. As you can see, no instant dungeons information. So sometimes, you know, people call them instances, some people will call them dungeons. Sometimes the game will refer to it as an instance, and sometimes the game will refer to it as a dungeon. This is mainly for level 65, that's why there's none there. As you unlock dungeons, they will be there, but I don't really concern myself with this screen until I get real late on the game. And by the time you've played most of the game, you're gonna know how these things work, because you're gonna come back and you're gonna check and you're gonna mess around with stuff, and you're really gonna know what everything is. And on the right hand side, it's PvP. I mean, you guys can see that. You know, it's right now we don't have any PvP, right? So this screen is reputation. Reputation is basically, so you got the different areas on the map I showed you. There's like 4 main cities. So there's Velica, there's Alamanthea, there's Kaitor, and there's Highwatch. So they're the main cities. They all give you Velica, well, they give you like points, reputation points. So mine, if you look over Hands of Velica, is red. And when you start playing the game, you will get more, you know, points for that category, and then you can exchange You know, they also give you credits, so you're not going to be able to exchange the points for anything, but the more points you get, the more chance you have of getting higher credits, right? Or the more dailies you're going to get. So I sometimes I skip out a lot zone quests in certain areas. Then I don't have enough, you know, reputation points to be able to do daily quests at level 65 in those areas. So that's something to look at, something to work through. And again, that's going to come down to your play style and how well you play the game, and how you want to play the game. Essentially, it's your game. You play it however the hell you want. You don't have to do any quest, nothing. Just kill random monsters, level up to level 65, and just be done with it. That's entirely up to you. You're the player. You do what you want. The next tab in the character screen is your inventory. So here you're going to get all your weapons, your armor, accessories, your crystals, all your potions for alchemy. This is story quest items. You got your materials for crafting. You got your there's a fishing mini game, so you're going to store all that stuff. You're going to get tokens from the game, which you'll be able to swap for weapons and accessories and stuff. They're going to be stored over here. And you got costumes, alright? So costumes, there's some in-game costumes you can have later on in the game. But if you buy stuff from the TERA store, this is where it's going to come to. This is where you activate it. I think a lot of the stuff is soul-bound, which means it's locked to this particular character. So if you buy something and then, you know, you don't like the character, you want to delete it, you're going to lose the customization stuff that you bought for it. So keep that in mind, guys. That's one thing I made a mistake with. I don't want you guys to make the mistake. So in this screen, you've got the weapons. I want to speak a little bit about this in detail because this is what's going to dictate your stats in the info screen. So you got your attack modifiers. You can see in the middle panel what it does, what all this sort of stuff, right? If I scroll down to here, you can see some things are grayed out. If you can see, it says +1 damage, and it says +2, you know, increased crit power, and +3. They're grayed out because you haven't activated them yet. How do you activate those things? Is by upgrading your weapon, your current weapon. And what I mean by that is you're gonna have to enchant that weapon, and it should tell you if it's enchantable. So if you go around at the bottom, it tells you who the weapon's for the level. As you can see, it's soul-bound to Toki. It means that you can't transfer it to another character. You can't sell it. Gives you all the information that you need here, right? But it also tells you it's available for enchantment. Enchantment just means it's available for upgrade. How you do that is basically you press triangle and it brings up a sub menu for everything. From here you can add crystals to it, which is going to add to your gameplay, which is going to give you a few buffs and a few upgrades in terms of how much power you've got, what sort of damage you do. Depending on your playstyle, you're going to be putting crystals on there. Crystals are quite self-explanatory. They tell you what they're going to do, but they tell you what sort of effects they're going to have. So I'm not really going to talk into that too much because it's time consuming. But the enchantment, you just click on enchant. I'll show you guys what it looks like. This is the screen you get. It's pretty simple. Left hand panel tells you what you need. Right hand panel tells you how much you got of this stuff. Right now we got 44 silver. We need 1 gold. We need a relic fragment. We haven't got any. If you look on the right hand panel, it also tells you, you know, where the thing is used. So which weapons you can use it with. So obviously it's an enchantment item. So you're going to be able to enchant, you know, all those different weapon types. And it tells you where you can get the weapons from. So the source, monsters in hunting zones, right? So that's where you're going to get that. You know, if you go to upgrade, and you can. This is a key screen near the end of the game. You're going to get some stuff in the middle of the game, which you're going to have to pick your own enchantment effects. So upgrade effects. So right now, if we look at this one, already has this one pre-assigned. Normally you would see a little question mark over the weapon and you would have to pick the identification. To pick it, you just press X and you gotta save it with triangle or triangle. It's quite easy, it's quite simple. I just recommend that you watch a few guides on this stuff because there's some guides out there that are really good and in detail. They're really good. The guys who do these guys, some of these guys speak very well. They speak better than me. So you know, it's something to check out. You can check out their recommended play styles if it suits you, and really this game is going to come down to how well you play. What's your play style, right? So that's basically just the enchantment. It's the same for, you know, the armor which you get. It's the same thing. Crystals, I mean accessories, you're not really gonna be able to upgrade these. You're just gonna get new ones as you progress through the game. You just replace them, and the way you replace them is press X, that equips it and unequips it. Just one thing real quick, as you see, I've got 2 weapons right here. So I've already got the one with the green corner, you know, in the green in the corner. That's an uncommon weapon. If it's got a blue, it's a rare weapon. If it's got a sort of yellow gold looking thing, that's a superior weapon. That's the best weapon type for your level that you're gonna have. The way to know if the weapon is better or not, okay, hold on, I'm gonna kill this thing. Alright, little gameplay action there for you guys. I'm gonna move back over here. Let me just go back to that screen. I didn't expect that to happen. So this is the screen you get. You see, this has got a -49. That means this is going to affect your stats by -49 on the info screen. I'm not really going to click through that. Again, it's when you get to end game, everybody gets the same stuff. And right now in this patch, I haven't played that much in the patch, but I know that they give you one weapon, and literally as soon as you get the new weapon, you just equip it and you know it's better, and you enchant it, you know it's better. So I wouldn't worry about that too much for now. Maybe they introduce more weapons into the current patch for a bit more variety of gameplay, a bit more grinding for the players to do, but right now that's not something to be concerned. So I've equipped one of these 2. I'm going to equip the good one. As you can see, I don't really want this one, so what I'm going to do is press the triangle and I'm going to destroy it. Right, I could sell it to the merchant, but I'm just going to destroy it, just as an example of showing you how to get rid of something in your inventory. So I press the X, it gives you this thing, this message, and if you're happy doing it, you press X, and that's it, gone. So basically all these things in here, that's all they do, you know. And as you play the game, you're going to learn more. The on-screen messages give you a good idea of stuff, what it is and how it works.